I said to myself, bitch, what you've been doing thus far has not worked. What are we going to do that will actually get us there? And that's when I said to myself, okay, I'm going to keep eating like the trash troll that I've been eating okay? Like Domino's, McDonald's, all the crappy food that I was eating. But I'm just going to eat less, okay? Now that was a plan that took my original starting location into account.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Consistency Killed the Fat. My name is Martina and I lost 100 pounds in 12 months. And today I'm going to be telling you guys exactly why it is so important for you to understand who you are. Okay? A lot of people at this point in January, will have found out the person they were in 2023 is the same bitch that they are in 2024, okay? You're not going to wake up on the 1st of January and become a new person. You're going to be the same person with the same history, with the same trauma, with the same habits. And so this idea that you're going to suddenly wake up on January 1st and act like a brand new bitch is just so false. And I know how it feels to really believe in this myth, okay? We really be holding on to that one with our fingers and toes, okay? We be holding on to that one with our fingers and toes, but it's just not true, okay? If you are someone who used food to get through the day on December 31st, you're likely going to be someone who's in the habit of using food to get through the day on the 1st of January, okay? So what you need to do is make a plan that takes into account who you actually are, not who you want to be or who you think you might be, who you actually are on that day. I just heard something actually on TikTok that was saying that God can't direct you to where you need to go if you don't accurately give him your location. So whenever you put in, you know, where you want to go on your GPS, you might say, okay, I'm in South London, I want to go North London. Obviously, because North is the best. But anyway, yeah. So you would put in your destination and it would say, can you allow me to see where you are right now? And then you say, yes, you allow it to see your location. And that's how it figures out how you get there. And so God, you, GPS needs to know exactly where the hell you are right now so you can figure out how to get to where you're going. This is what I cracked. In hindsight, this is what I cracked in 2020. I cracked the fucking code on myself because I realized, okay, what I'd been doing wasn't working. So what I kept doing was saying, okay, I'm going to be a raw vegan. Oh, I'm going to be whole food plant-based. I'm going to do Whole30. I'm going to do all these things that are so far out of my comfort zone, so far away from where I am right now. But that was what I was going to do. You know, I'm going to do this. And then I said to myself, bitch, what you've been doing thus far has not worked. What are we going to do that will actually get us there? And that's when I said to myself, okay, I'm going to keep eating like the trash troll that I've been eating like, okay, like Domino's, McDonald's, all the crappy food that I was eating, but I'm just going to eat less, okay? Now that was a plan that took my original starting location into account, okay? And I worked with myself. I worked alongside myself to get myself to the next destination. And then when I was at that point where I'm like, okay, now I've successfully taught myself the skill of eating 1,600 calories a day. Now I can start to add in fruits and vegetables and salads and things that I know are healthy for me, because I knew that other food wasn't good for me. I'm very clued up on food. I love to read about the latest nutritional science. I really do like healthy eating. It's something that I'm so interested in, but unfortunately for me, my palate wasn't really interested in it as much as my mind was. So getting myself to the point where I could at least get that first skill of eating 1,600 calories and then to the next pit stop of like, okay, now let's eat a little bit better. That was what I needed to do. I needed to work with who I am right now. So if you have tried and failed already at this point in January, it's probably because your first plan did not take into account who the fuck you really are, okay? And I'm trying not to swear as much because I've been gathered up about it and I don't like swearing, but it's just, I just like to talk very honestly, and somehow when I'm talking very, very honestly, I end up swearing. Anyway, my point is you need to take into account who you are. So if you're somebody who likes to eat junk food, girl, don't stop eating that junk food, okay? Keep that junk food in there. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh my God, why are you telling people to do that? Why would you not tell them to just eat fruits and vegetables? Because that's not realistic. If you've been trying to eat fruits and vegetables for 10,000 years and you haven't done it, it's probably because it doesn't align with who you are. You need to change who you are, change your identity, change your habits bit by bit by bit, and get yourself to the next stop. So what I want you to think is, think about your end goal. So like your level 10, leveled up, 100% amazing self, okay? Then break it down into smaller steps. Like, so your leveled up self might be a size 10 and she eats really healthy and she goes to Pilates and I don't know, her makeup's always done, whatever. Okay, what are the steps of getting there. So you might, the step one to being the Pilates babe might just be you start stretching in your room for 5 minutes in the morning. Do you see what I mean? It might be that after your meal, you have a tiny little smoothie, you know, and then you start to tell yourself, okay, like I'm a bitch who does stretches and who drinks a smoothie. And that starts to slowly change your identity and slowly change who you are. But it takes into account where you're starting from, which is not at level 10, okay? So I'm gonna need you guys to take into account who you are and to make your plans based on what you can realistically do. I want your plan to slightly excite you, challenge you a tiny bit, but also not fill you with anxiety and stress. If your plan fills you with stress and anxiety, it's not a good plan. It's just not, okay? Like, it's not a good plan if it fills you with stress and anxiety. And I will give you my example of this. So at the start of the year, I was like, I'm not eating any sugar, I'm not eating this, I'm not eating that. And then I was just like, well, does that sound like fun? And I'm like, no. And the fucked up thing is, when I tell myself like, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, I can't eat this, then that's what I think about. Well, now I've said to myself, okay, I won't have this, this, and this in my house. But if I go out and I want that thing, then I can have it. I don't think about it as much. It's not that deep. So it's like you have to take into account who you really are when you're making your plans, and you can't work against yourself. Like, your plans always have to work with who you are and what it is you can do, and you have to start from your location. So figure out what your location is right now, bitch, and make a plan to get yourself to the next pit stop. We're not trying to get to the final destination. We only have enough energy to get us to the next pit stop. So just think about what your next pit stop is. You might break that down in terms of pounds. You might break that down in terms of calories. So this is another one that gets to me, okay? When people want to lose weight and they cut their calories all the way down to like 1,200 or 1,000 or something stupid like that, and they've got like 100 pounds to lose. Like, girl, what are you doing? Where are you going? Like, that's not you starting from your location. If you weigh 260 pounds, your deficit's probably like 2,100. That's probably a lot less than the food that you're eating right now. So fucking start there. Okay, start there. Don't start 10,000 years ahead of yourself. Start where you are. If you start where you are, then God can help you. If you start where you are, then God can guide you. Like, this is such a mad analogy, but if you're in London and you think you're in Birmingham, how can God guide you? You don't even know where you are. How can God lead the way when you don't even know which way you're going? You don't even know where you're starting from. You need to be realistic about where you're starting so that you can really be blessed, and so that you can be helped to get to where you need to go. So I want you to sit down and say, where the hell am I? How much can I do? What level of stress can I take? And just remember that every single thing that you need to do to lose weight is a skill, and skills can always be learned. So skills can be taught, which is what I'm trying to do with my videos. I don't know. I hope it's working. But skills can be taught, and that means skills can be learned. So you can learn. So tracking your food is a skill. Going out in the morning is a skill. It's a habit. It's something that you can learn. So when people look at me like, yes, on Friday, I was sick all week last week, and on Friday I was just like, oh, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm going to go to the gym tonight. And then everyone was like, you go to the gym tonight. It's Friday night. Why are you going to go to the gym? Oh my God, no, just go next week. And I was just like, no, like, I like going to the gym. Like, I love going to the gym. And that just reminded me that I've become the kind of person who, for me, that's easy. For me, that's nothing. Like, that's a skill that I have taught myself, is to love going to the gym, is to be able to go to the gym no matter what time it is, no matter what day it is, no matter what's happened earlier. Like, I've taught myself the skill of getting to the gym and the skill of enjoying the gym, because it's a skill. It's not like a trait that I was born with. I didn't grow up loving the gym or loving exercise. Far from it. So yeah, everything is a skill, everything is learnable. Figure out what it is you need to learn next to take you from where you actually are to where you need to go next. Then figure out the rest of the shit after that. What too many people try to do, and I myself included back in the day, is I tried to do everything all at once and ended up doing nothing, never ever. So, you know, I never lost weight. I was never raw vegan, or I was for a few weeks and then I'd break it, and I didn't get any of the things that I wanted. And instead now I did one thing at a time, which was, the first thing was to stop eating so much bloody food. And then the second thing I did was to stop eating so much bloody bad food. And now I just try to stay consistent with my habits, try to tweak them, try to up level everything that I'm doing, try to up level my body, try to up level my food, try to eat as well as I can. That's what I do now, okay? So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I really do want to provide you guys with more value. If you have any questions or video ideas for me or things that you want me to create content around, then let me know, because I want to make more videos and I want to give you guys as much value as possible. I love making content for you guys, and I love, and I'm so grateful for all of the comments and all of the feedback. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.